regarding what I've been doing during COVID, I've been very busy. I have been busy with a lot of translation work, interpretation, which I've been doing remotely. So getting into remote simultaneous interpretation was one thing. Doing relay remote simultaneous interpretation was quite another. And working into your third language was even a more difficult experience, but it was a fun experience, good experience, and I intend to try to improve on that, because now I have absolutely a fantastic idea of what remote simultaneous interpretation is, how to do it, how to do relay interpretation while doing remote simultaneous interpretation. And I have not only that, I've also started teaching online, which I wasn't doing earlier. Earlier, I was an assistant professor with Bombay University. I stopped that last year because I wanted to focus on my PhD, which at my age I still managed to do. And then I had some personal tragedy in the family, and I had to take a break. It is difficult to get over it because I lost my husband. But COVID, you will be surprised to hear, has definitely helped because it has made me focus on my work. Focus on housework and work is very tough. I managed to do it somehow, and I've been very grateful for all my friends who have been giving me work to do, and I've been able to do it. Along with all that, I started these online classes. Basically, started created my own website, launched classes in the field of language, but very specialized, high-level French, because I'm a French translator interpreter. I've done my PhD in French in the field of interpretation. So I started with a one language class, which is of 1 month duration, to help improve the written French language of MA students. Because during my stint at the Bombay University, where I was teaching BA and MA, BA, of course, you don't expect a very high level from the French students, but at the MA level, I found that the French levels were extremely pathetic. So I have already, during my experience there as a professor, helped people, my students, to improve their languages. So I thought, if I could do it with them, I can definitely do it online. It doesn't have to be in a class. This is my classroom. Started that. I started translation classes. And I also started interpretation classes. And I find that it is a real challenge trying to figure out how to use technology in order to train future interpreters. The solutions are all there. We need to think about it. We need to use it. It's great fun. I have learned a lot. I have gained a lot of experience in all these fields, whether it's in my actual professional life or whether it is not only in as a translator, as an interpreter, but also as a teacher. Now, I do not take beginner classes because I don't want to lower my language. It's very simple. All right. I also work with IGNOU, which is, everybody knows, it's one of the biggest e-learning platforms, if not the biggest, where we're already doing, e-education. So I had some clue how to do it, and now I'm getting into it more and more. I find that it is definitely so much more interesting than standing in one classroom, because if you're in one classroom, you only get a limited amount of students from only one place. You're doing it online, you can get people from anywhere. And it really doesn't matter whether they're sitting in the same city as you are, whether they're sitting in the same country, or even in the, like in a different country. It makes no difference whatsoever. And it becomes a real challenge, and it becomes so much more interesting because you get to meet and interact with so many other types of people. So I feel that COVID, yes, I have had major tragedy in my life, but COVID has definitely helped me to improve in my own way in my profession.
That is great. Thank you, Priti. I know you have had a very, painful time, but it's always good to share, be with friends,
Oh,
and
yes.
focus on your, core strength, and that perhaps helps a lot, to come out of this uh, memoir that keeps on coming about your near and dear ones, when, especially when he or she is gone away. I had faced similar kind of issue when my father passed away when I was in Canada at that phase of time. I had to come, rushing, but still I could not see him. I was part of his last ride, but I was not able to say goodbye to him. So that kind of a feeling keeps on coming, and we as a language professional translator, many times many people are introvert. They do not express themselves, so that creates more problem. And it's good that you started talking about it, and boldly I see that you have launched your website also, and your PhD have was done, your book was published. I see lots of activities, going on at your end, and that is a very good sign, and keep yourself positive. I'm sure we as a community, as a language community, will be able to develop more bonding and help each other, especially when we are in a stressful situation. uh, I have been interacting with Uma, Kumudini, and some more friends, and I many times when I talk to them, I de-stress myself, including you, because most of us are almost on the same frequency as a linguist, and face similar problems, professional ones as well as प्रोजेक्ट नहीं आ रहे हैं, अब क्या होगा, फ्यूचर क्या होगा, all these worries, and including publications. If you have something to publish and you are finding it difficult to publish, let me know. I will be happy to be part of become your publisher. So you, this confidence I can always give you for expression, and certainly Modlingua is now a good platform. We have around 3,500 followers and some good friends around. And I'm sure together we will be able to make it more useful for each other.